Hey, what's going on out there? I'm Sean Devine. Welcome to a new mixing video. In this one, we're going to mix an instrumental from start to finish. A lot of you have requested that I do a video where I show everything from leveling to doing effects and all those types of things. So I'm going to just sit through it and show you, again, all the different processes here. One thing to note is, just for the sake of time, it's probably going to be it's definitely going to be a much quicker process from what I actually did with the final mix. However, I'm going to let you hear the final mix at the end so we can see how close I got. However, I can tell you right now, I'm pretty confident it's going to be quite a bit different. One, because I mixed this about a month or two ago, so it's not even fresh on the brain. I don't remember what I did in the mix. Secondly, I'm mixing in headphones. I normally would mix on my monitors. But right now I'm using a pair of Bear Dynamic 770s. Pretty good mixing headphones, but again, my judgment here is going to be a little bit different, but you're going to get the overall idea, the processes. I'm going to try and talk through it as best as I can, but again, realize I need to try to watch time. Now I'm going to play the mix for you, and this is just a fun little beat, cool vibe, real just kind of like beach. It has almost like a kind of a foreign feel in terms of, I think Luis, who's my client, is from South America. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but one of the warmer climates, and it definitely has a really light feel to it. So those of you who may listen and go, this is not the kind of music I make, and then you want to skip the video, I would definitely reconsider, because all of the thought process that I'm going to put into this, whether it's the drums, there's also live guitars in here, all of the things I'm going to do, I approach the same, I approach other mixes the same way. So don't feel like just because it's not your particular style that, it's going to be that much different in terms of approach. But anyway, let me go ahead and play it for you. Let me go ahead and skip to some of these other parts here. All right, so you get the idea there. Fun little track. Again, real beach, kind of light, fun, summer vibe. I figured I would try to fit it in here, although I think maybe fall started. Yeah, fall started this week, but hey, it's still really nice out. We're getting good weather, so let's do it anyway. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to mute that rough mix, and I'll probably just hide it now because I don't even want to see it. And I'm going to go ahead and just bring everything down. So if you watched the most recent instrumental mixing video that I put up before this, I just showed you about leveling. So we're going to do that process now. So I'm just going to bring everything down, and I'm going to set our cycle to, let's just start here in the verse somewhere. And let's just start bringing some stuff up. Tell you what, let's start with this guitar. And let me just kind of organize things a little bit. I'm going to bring all of these drums down so I just know where everything is and we can get around this as quickly as possible. You may want to order things a little bit different than I do. That's fine. But just, put it in the order that will make the most sense in terms of when you're looking at this stuff. I don't want to spend too much time trying to find tracks or figuring out exactly where I'm going to layer things. So I just like to go ahead and do this now. That should be good for now. So I want to start with my drums. So I'm going to go ahead and go here to our kick and the bass. So let's turn that bass down for a minute. I'm going to turn down that crazy go-go. So you can hear he's got two kicks. I think this is called kick top and kick bottom. So I'm going to mix those together. So if he's calling them kick top and kick bottom, Luis, then we're going to EQ some of the top off of the kick bottom. It looks like he's done a pretty good job of that already, but I'm going to go ahead and just do a steep roll off. So we're really only getting that 200 down, 200 or so. And then let's see what's going on in the top here. And what you can do to make this a little easier when you're blending your drums is just bring up the EQ and turn on the analyzer on both of them, so you can see exactly what's going on. This is top, this is bottom. So let's EQ some lows from the top one. So I really want to get the click. So that sounds pretty good. Hitting pretty good. All right, let's start bringing in some other drums here. So this big clap here, I want to put some kind of really cool, like big reverb on it. So let's do that. Not that big. And we're going to EQ that a little bit. Let's do. That's cool. And again, we've got 3 different claps here. I just blended them with what sounded right to me. Also got snares over here, so I may send these to a VCA in a second, but let's go ahead and see what we've got on Luis's snares. So a lot of snare and clap layers here. Don't get overwhelmed with this stuff. Just blend them to what feels right. They sound a little loud to me right now. I think what I want to do is just send all of these to a bus and we'll do a little bit of processing on them. So let's just say snare, clap, maybe some compression or something. On this one, let's do like a gated kind of reverb. So I'm again using this Valhalla a lot. It's a really good one. Just for the sake of time, again, I'm going to pull up some presets just so that we can base it off of this. Let's just go to snare plate, turn the mix down. Sounds pretty good. Now, when I start mixing drums, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at our RMS levels just to see where we're at. So that's cool for right now. Nothing is, you know, crazy hot in terms of RMS. We are clipping. Again, don't worry about that right now. We're going to do a little bit of subtle processing on the stereo bus at the end. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, this chant. Let's see what that is. Oh, that's cool. Put a big reverb on that too. I'm just going to copy this one for now. And we'll Make the decay a little longer. Adjust this a little bit. And I hear some low stuff going on in that, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of it. Yeah, let's just get the high stuff. That's cool. All right, let's go ahead and start blending up some instrumentation here. Let's bring up our EQ. So you can see there's some low stuff here. We don't need that. And a pretty heavy bump at 100. Our kicks are occupying that space, so I'm gonna take a little bit of that. And this piano just sounds a little dry to me. So I'm gonna put this LXP, the Lexicon, great reverb. And let's widen it a little bit, make it a little more exciting. So let's go to Matthew Lane. Let's do Stereo Delta. This is a cool little plugin. And we'll brighten it up just a touch. Moving on, let's start blending in our guitar. Okay, so with this guitar being acoustic, for the sake of time, I'm going to use a plugin that is really, it's quick to dial in a good sound quickly on it. Again, I don't have time to go through and amp everything in this video, so we're going to go to CLA Guitars, and then I'll show you how we can just adjust this to get things sounding pretty cool. So already it gives you a pretty good starting point. Let's bypass that though. So we don't want to re-amplify it. And we need to EQ some of the low stuff. That delay is a little distracting, so I'm going to turn that down. Sounds pretty good for right now, so let's keep it moving. So I use the Logic EQ, as you can see, really for mostly a utility EQ, rolling off a lot of lows, low mids. When we start boosting stuff, I'll show you the EQs I tend to use. So I do need to amp this one. So let's do, just for the sake of time, let's open up Guitar Rig real quick. See if we can get a quick tone up. So we need an amp. Let's try Coolplex maybe. It's a little harsh. So maybe let's try Citrus. No, definitely not. I think that might work. I think I like Coolplex, so let's just roll with that. And I would like to do some chorus of some sort. So, or maybe a phaser would, or flanger would sound cool. And we need some kind of a cool delay. Maybe a tape echo. Uh-oh, I deleted. Does it have an undo? Yeah. No, it doesn't have. Shoot. Hey, lesson out to native instruments. Do a undo feature on this stuff. Oops. All right, let me pull the Coolplex. We're gonna waste a little time on this. But yeah. That'll work for now. What else do we have here? See what's going on in that crazy thing. Yeah, some 1K. Let's just brighten that up a touch. And I'm gonna do a reverb on that. Something light. That's cool. All right, let's move to the intro because I know there's some stuff going on here. Yeah, we've got another couple guitars to mix here. EQ that guitar. That's a beautiful guitar, by the way. Luis, good work on that, my man. Let's throw a noise gate on that. I usually will use a noise gate on guitars just to make sure that we're taking out any of the noise from the amplifier. We'll bring that back just to make sure we're not cutting the guitar up. And let's widen that with our friend Matthew Lane. Why not? Let me save this real quick. Okay. So let's do mono to stereo. Again, I'm just going to use some presets, guys. Save some time, but they sound good in MS. I can already tell this lexicon's going to sound sweet on here. Ooh. And we need to compress that just a touch. So let's try, let's just do the stock compressor in Logic. Since a lot of you guys are asking me to use more stock plugins, I don't mind using stock Logic plugins because they're actually really good. I'm just keeping everything in check there. And let's throw an amp on there just to give us a little bit of tone, because it sounds a little flat right now. So I moved the compressor after the amp. As you could hear, it was just a little harsh, so we need to smooth it out. We got this other guitar. I'm gonna just move this CLA setting that we had and edit it a little bit. Let's do a quarter note delay on this. And you can hear some noise and stuff going on, so we're gonna again use a noise gate. And let's pan this one. So let's pull up our rough mix, and I like to do this just kind of see where you're at with. Okay. Let's keep it moving. We got some elements here that I haven't mixed in. We're going to take the lows out of that piano again and the hook. And for this one, let's just add a little bit of high-end sheen here. Let's use the Playback. I think it's this one. No, it is not. It is the other Playback. So let's load that up. It's the EQP. Yeah. So I'm going to turn it to about 12. Let's just drag over our friend the lexicon. We'll edit that a little bit. There's a little fill here. So we need to process that a little bit. I'm going to compress it. Let's do the CLA 3A. It's a good one for drums. Not that much. know what? I'm going to take that off. You just turn it down a little bit. That's an example of, you know, you don't have to use anything crazy on certain channels. If it doesn't sound right, if it sounds good by itself, and this is fine by itself. So I'm just going to take everything off. Cymbal. Cymbals, I've talked about these in the past. You just don't want to get too crazy with your cymbals. Don't make them too loud because they can really chop people's heads off if you mix them too heavy in the mix. So let's go and let's just put a 4th note ping pong delay on here. Something subtle. We'll mix this effect subtly back here. I got a couple of other elements in the hook kind of bridge part that I need to bring up. So that's going to carry our low end, that pad right there. That's cool. It might be kind of neat to put some chorus on that. And for this part, this where's my guitar at? Yeah, this one. What we need to do is we want to probably automate the EQ on this because it doesn't really fit in that part. It sounds a little too upfront. So I'm just going to EQ it and we're going to automate it. I'm going to go to latch. And as soon as it hits that part, I'm just going to roll this down so we're only getting some low mids. We'll go back up. So that's how you can create movement. And it makes this solo part that's so smooth and really just, ooh, great tone. So I want that to be at the forefront, the highlight of that part. So no reason to have that other kind of offbeat reggae amplified guitar taking over too much. Okay, here's some low stuff in this we don't need. Again, the reasoning is we had this other pad over here that's occupying that low end. So in a mix, just think of all these as different players on the same team. You're trying to get them all to fill different spaces, to work together, to balance each other out. So we don't want anything fighting or clashing for the role on the team. Some build up down in the 200 to 500 range that can get harsh on the ears. So we'll just tame that a little bit. And let's put a big reverb on this. This is cool. So let's pull up a preset here. Maybe a huge space, huge synth hall, sure. That's sick. What's here? What is this? Oh, this is the bass. Okay, so we'll come back to that. That sounds cool. All right, what else am I missing here? Oh, we got a hi-hat. that, where is that hi-hat? Oh, okay, it's just really quiet. Okay, so yeah, the channel there is really quiet, so all you gotta do is just reach for your gain, or if you're using, you know, Pro Tools or something like that, just hit a gain plugin so that we've got a little bit of space, or we've got some room to work with that. Hi-hats, you got to be really careful. I've talked about this before. They can kind of take over your drum track, and I don't personally prefer them to be super upfront unless it's like trap kind of stylistically. The hi-hats are going to be a little louder, but I just kind of like them to be in the pocket, giving the percussion and drum track brightness, but just being really cautious not to let them take over your drums. I'm going to go over to this fill. Again, another case where I feel like that sounds good. I don't need to do any crazy effects there. It's a cool fill. Why mess it up? You got to put your ego aside in mixing a lot of times too. You know, you don't feel like you got to put your stamp on everything. If it works, it works. I get a lot of sessions from producers who do a really good job with doing some kind of pre-mixing stuff, and if it's there and I just need to level it out, I don't have a problem doing that. I don't have to put my stamp on everything. I feel like this guitar is just a little bit too up front, so. Maybe put a spring reverb on it just to kind of give it some space and soften it up. Where is that big down effects? That thing's a little loud. All right, y'all, so we've got a pretty good groove there. Nice balance going. Let me just check our levels, see where we're at. Okay, as I mentioned, I don't want to confuse y'all, but it was showing, you know, -7, -8 RMS. And my settings, I actually have it set to do +3. RMS +3 is just something I got used to. So if it's saying that, then we're around, you know, -10 RMS, -11, which is cool. So that feels pretty good, y'all. Let's go ahead and move to our stereo bus, which is what a lot of you are interested in. I don't do a ton of mastering or stereo bus processing on instrumentals or productions that I do. I generally will do much more of it with songs when I've got vocals. But I'll do a little bit just to make sure that levels are competing and also just provide a little bit of glue. Again, this process is like the last 5%, maybe less, for the whole mix or the whole sound as a complete product. So let's just load up. Let's try Ozone just to do just some leveling on it. I'm not going to get crazy with it in this video, but let's just do the maximizer. And I like the IRC3. That's the best in my experience in terms of the modes. And then we're going to play with this. I'm just turning the character more towards fast just to make sure we maintain our transients. Ozone is really good in terms of processing transients if you don't get too crazy. Like if I do this threshold, watch what happens. Oh, hope I didn't hurt y'all there, but it starts squashing and it starts sounding really nasty. So we're pretty loud. We're at like -5 RMS is what it's giving us. That's loud and it will compete. This type of music, electronic dance music, is more on the really loud side of things. So I don't mind doing that. Let's turn on the imager and we'll just brighten the highs and the mids just a touch. Don't get too crazy with the imaging stuff because you can start to run into some phasing problems. But that sounds like a pretty good balance, y'all. Again, I'm just trying to show you all the thought processes that I'm going through when I'm mixing this stuff. Everything's going to be a little bit different, but it's the same kind of approach generally in terms of effects and just getting the levels right. We covered a little bit of compression, some very kind of surface processing of guitars, but that's generally how I'll go through and amplify things. I also did some automation in our hook or bridge part just to take an element and kind of fold it back behind some tracks that I wanted to bring more to the forefront for that part. So we automated that EQ. But that, again, it feels pretty good. And I will play the final mix for y'all here at the end of the video so you can hear what we were able to do in this short amount of time. It's going to be a little different. But again, I hope you all can take something from the methodology and just the way that we blended and started applying some effects. If you learned anything in this video, please like and subscribe. And also, y'all, it'd be really helpful if you get anything from my videos, please share them with your friends. The more folks that we can get involved in this community on the channel, the more that I'm going to be able to produce new content for you all. And I'm really excited. I've got some great things planned. Be sure to go to SeanDevine.com/mixing-students. Sign up for that list because I've got some awesome new content coming very soon. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.